What up, YouTube? LTH coming at you with a video. 713 Bio City. We up in this joint. H-Town till I fall. But before I know the draft is now 4 days away. But before I talk about it, I just want to wish a certain YouTuber happy birthday and Titan Anderson. You know, if you see this video, just thought I'd take the time to wish you happy birthday. I know I just wished you happy birthday on Twitter. But hey, you see this? Happy birthday. Hope your birthday turns out to be a fun one, bro. But anyway, let's talk about it. So the draft is 4 days away now, and the Texans currently hold the number 2 spot in the NFL draft. Now, where do I start? Yeah, I know it's been a lot of talk about who the Texans are gonna take it to, whether they're gonna trade down or not. Whether they're gonna take C.J. Stroud, Levis, in which I don't want, by the way, Tyree Wilson, or even Will Anderson. Hell, if they don't take a quarterback, I would rather take Will Anderson than Will Levis. Hell, anything is better than that Kentucky quarterback that they saw people hyping up about. Because hell, that Will Levis guy isn't worthy of a first round pick, let alone a number 2 overall pick. Yeah, I know Vegas got him at the favorite to be the number 2, but just like the off season, nothing is guaranteed until the draft happens. So that's why I didn't spend a lot of time, reacting, because I want to see it to believe it. Now, I understand the Texans need a lot of help, need a lot of playmakers on both offense and defense. Yeah, and I know they had a pretty good free agency, but they got to continue to load up through the draft. I really want either C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, but whoever they draft, hey, I'm down with it. Just as long as it's not Will Levis from Kentucky, because I don't even look at him as a first-round pick material, since I look at him as a second or third round draft pick at best. And if Houston does decide to take a quarterback in like the second or third round, I would rather be Hooker or Richardson, because I would rather have them than leave us any day. So, not to mention, they do need a quarterback, a franchise quarterback, because I don't want, no hate towards him, but I do not want year 3 of Davis Mills. Yeah, I was rooting for him, but he proved that he was the answer at quarterback. And of course, Houston, I am aware that Houston blew an opportunity to secure the number 1 pick, but because of them winning against Indy, they slipped to number 2, which gave Chicago the top pick, in which they traded to Carolina. I know Bryce Young is, the favorite to go number 1 overall to Carolina, but like I say, nothing is guaranteed until, let's say draft week or the day of the NFL draft. So if Caserio could find a way to land Stroud or Young, hey, I'll be all for it. But it's just going to boil down to what the Texans do with their number 12 pick, whether they stay there or trade up. If they were to trade up, I would like to get, let's say the number 3, for example. I would like to get either Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson, or Jalen Carter. Because, hey, either of those defensive pickups would fill our gap needs on the defensive side, because I want to be able to stop the run in 2023. It's just, Caserio just got to do his thing, because I mean, he got to kill it. I mean, even if you got to take the Howie Roseman approach to have a good draft pay, because can't afford to, miss out on key players and all, such as especially a quarterback, in which I know I want a quarterback, but not the quarterback from Kentucky, because if that were to happen, I would flat out throw up, puke out of my brains, puke my brains off if that were to happen. But as the saying goes, only time will tell. And I know, and then I saw on Twitter earlier that the Cardinals will want a second-round pick for Hopkins, and the Texans do have a second-round pick at number 33, but as much as I want Hop to come back to Houston, which would bring me joy, I got a feeling that they wouldn't want to risk giving away their second-round pick, because I'm sure they're going to need it, when they draft another key player. So if Hopkins to Houston don't happen, it is what it is. So, and speaking of Hop, I could see him going to Buffalo, KC, or Baltimore, by the way. Now back to the draft. The Texans had a good draft in 22, but there were some players that Houston missed out of, which was what was that guy at Georgia, D tackle? Jordan Howard. I don't know, but Jordan Howard, the D tackle from Georgia. But Jordan Davis, who I had Houston drafting at 13. I'll say this. I was right about Jordan Davis getting drafted at 13, but team-wise, I was wrong about that, since Caserio traded that 13th pick to Philly, which was kind of a, head scratcher, because that's who I wanted at 13 last draft. But, I just hope, but at the same time, can't be afraid to make sacrifices. Can't be afraid to take chances. Can't play it safe. And hope Caserio can manage to make the right sacrifices. In this NFL draft coming up. For example, 12th pick. Move up to the top 3 to either get Tyree Wilson, Will Anderson, or Jalen Carter. I'll be okay with that. Now, for the Texans with their second-round pick, I want Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, which is my honorable mention, and C.J. Stroud. Those are my top 2 choices. And with the draft coming up, I normally did a video on a separate player that got drafted, but as far as the 2023 draft, I'm going to do things a little more different this go around, for the players, for day 1, I'm going to make a video about and give my 2 cents in for the day 1 draft. Day 2, for all the rounds that they drafted players, or any via trades happen, like all rounds, like 1 through 7. And the Texans do own the last pick of the draft, by the way. So if they don't trade away that last pick, I guess I'll be looking forward to see who that Mr. Irrelevant pick the Texans gonna select. So yeah, LTH gonna be doing something a lot different, about who the Texans drafted at round one and go over the round one picks, and all arounds at that. So there you freaking have it. To my next video, of course, the NFL draft. LTH checking on up out of here. Peace, love, and respect. H-Town till I die. I'm out. And shout out to the Astros on taking the first two in Atlanta, by the way. They did their thing again. And Romer got win number 2, by the way. And who was on them? And yeah. So that's it. That's all. I'm out. Go Texans. Go Rockets. And go Stros. And one more thing. My prediction for the Rockets next head coach is either Nick Nurse or Ime Udoka. So there's that. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. And also, happy birthday, Titan Anderson. Big salute to you, brother. Enjoy your birthday.